Hey friends, my name is Rooston Reed, and here I'm going to share my top 10 favorite books. Books for me are a mini escape from reality, if you will. I've always loved to read, and I really got into the genre of YA books once I hit high school. So, without further ado, let's start the list. Now, the first book on the list, well, my list, anyways, is this one, Crank by Ellen Hopkins. This book, what can I say about it? The author is phenomenal. She is hands down one of my favorite. She writes in such a poetic form that is so beautiful without taking away from the story. And the story is based on a teenage girl that gets slowly sucked into the world of meth, or the monster, if you will. When I first read this, I kept seeing it across, like, I think Twitter, MySpace, or whatever it was at the time. And I was like, what is this book I keep seeing? So I finally went to the bookstore and bought a copy. And from page one, I was sucked in. The story is literally like a freight train going off the rails. Christina gets in way over her head and drama ensues. So yeah, if you guys haven't read that one, I say check it out. Ellen is amazing. Moving right along to the next one, it's also by Ellen herself. This is book 2 in the Crank series. This is Glass. This picks up where the ending of Crank left off. With this one, we see more of Christina as far as, well, I don't want to give the book away, so I'll just say this. We see her kind of evolve as a person and continue on with life, but she has a different kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm drawing a blank. She has a different kind of responsibility, if you will. She's a mother in this one, and we see her try to juggle that plus sobriety. And if you know the monster, and once the monster has you, it does not let go willingly. So yeah, check out Glass. There's one more book in that trilogy. It's called Fallout, which I haven't read, but hopefully I'll be able to get it soon. Next on my list, I saw the movie first for this book, but I read the book in high school and was beyond obsessed. The movie was so done well, and the book did not disappoint. The book actually filled in some missing holes that the movie didn't show. If you know, you know. Janet Finch, White Oleander. The way she encapsulates California is so freaking amazing. Like, I just wanted to crawl into the book and go there. Like, I so want to go to LA one day. But like, we see Astrid, we read about her mother Ingrid, we go through the journey of Astrid going from foster care, well, not technically foster care, but through different group homes, if you will. Well, you might as well say foster care. She kind of finds herself, she kind of recognizes her mother and the lies she was told over the years, the abandonment she kind of heavily has that's simmering in the background. She sees life as a difference than what she was brought up. Her mom is blunt and honest, but the foster care system taught her many life lessons, and some of them were truly, truly deep. So yeah, that's a good one. Next on the list, again, I saw the movie before I read the book. I stayed up on a school night to watch this movie, mind you, and the actress who portrayed the lead character in this book was phenomenal. Augusta Gone by Martha Todd Detman. This is almost a memoir in some cases because it's a mother trying to help her daughter come back from the brink of insanity. She's involved with sex, drugs, EVs, stealing, hanging out with the wrong crowd, partying with adults, getting her little brother high off of weed one night. Like, that book is epic. I mean, the movie was great, but the book really shows the hell that Martha went through, and you see it from her perspective versus the movie version of Augusta's perspective in some ways. I stayed up on the school night watching that, and then I went to Barnes & Noble that weekend and picked it up. So yeah, it's a good one. The next one is A Hype Train. Twilight. When I say this had me in the chokehold, I was obsessed and still am probably obsessed with Edward. Bella's character was kind of meh. Like, not in a bad sense, but in the sense of some of the things she was doing in the book kind of made you scratch your head and be like, why? But then the character in the movie played by Kristen Stewart, no shade to Kristen Stewart at all. Like, she's a phenomenal actress, but like her version of Bella, it was almost like she had some kind of facial disorder. Like, her mouth was always open. She always looked surprised or scared. But I guess that's how the character was meant to be, so I can't really get mad at that. She was just, I don't know. She did the movie justice, but I probably wouldn't have picked her as a first choice to play Bella. Or maybe I would, I don't know. It was just different. The next book after that is literally hands down my favorite movie and book, and it's New Moon. This shows more of Bella's side as far as her attraction to Jacob that she wants to like squash down, and how their friendship kind of intertwines into a little bit more because Edward left. Not gonna lie, Edward left shattered me because I'm like, damn, this whole book is gonna be about her being depressed. But like, I understand where she came from because she's like deeply in love with Edward, so I probably would be depressed too. But no, like this is my favorite book, hands down. Not from the depressive side, but just like you get to see more of Bella come into her own after Edward is gone. Like, it's, don't get me wrong, he is her whole world, but you kind of see her kind of lighthearted side when she's with Jacob, if that counts. But then the book kind of takes a turn, and you kind of see her almost stringing Jacob along because she's still in love with Edward and she's still hurting, and she wants a quick fix band-aid to like put over that hurt. I don't know. It's good. Jessica's character annoyed me in the movie. I mean, I understand she was like upset that Bella was like trying to be a daredevil, but her character was just more whiny and annoying than normal. The next book I read, I found on accident. Again, it's one of those, I saw the movie before I found out it was a book. I don't know how many people have read this one, but this one took me a long time to finish. It's kind of a funny story. This book was powerful. It talks about mental health in a deeper sense, where they show you the pressures of high school and you having expectations of being your most perfect self, and then your family not fully understanding your quirks until you kind of snap in a way. What had me fucked up with this one was that author Ned Vizzini, he actually unalived himself like right before this book blew up. And it's like, I'm kind of seeing like maybe he has into depression, and it filtered into Craig, which is the main character of this book. Like, this book was very deep, and if you have depression, I do, you'll understand why I'm saying this. Mine didn't get bad as far as like committing myself till 2022, but I understand what he felt in that sense. I love the way he uses his map of art to kind of get how he's feeling out there. It's just a really cool aspect. And when I was in treatment, we did a lot of art therapy, which honestly does help. So yeah, I might actually pick this one up again. I haven't read it in a long time. It was just really good. The only gripe I had was like his friends sucked. Like, they were so shallow and all about themselves and not really caring about him. And he was trying so hard to like fit into their quasi little universe that it just like kind of sucked the life from him, if you will. It was almost like he was trying to be something he wasn't, and that in itself will make you depressed, trying to keep a facade, if you will. But yeah, that's a good one. I might actually revisit it. Another book, I'll just put a trigger warning right now. If you're in recovery, this might not be the book for you, and you could just glaze over this part of the video, but this right here is hands down one of my favorite books. When I say favorite, I mean I read this book in one day. Winter Girls. I know it's a jump scare for some. It's actually a comfort for me, considering I do deal with the subject matter that's discussed in this book. And when I say recovery is hard, I mean it is hard. I'm still going through it. And this book right here is a comfort. We see Leah and Cassie and the pact they make. And that is very real. Like, you don't have to do it exactly how they did it, but it is very real. It becomes a contest, it becomes an addiction, it becomes your whole identity if you let it. And it will slowly but surely take you down. Trust me, I know. So yeah, love Lori House Anderson. I love this book. It's good. Next on my list. This book got me into this author, The Clockwork Angel. I had never read any of the Shadowhunter series, and The Clockwork Angel was my first introduction into that world. I got this on a whim at Books A Million or Walden Books, one of the stores. And once I started reading it and kind of started learning about downworlders and shadow hunters and angels and demons and all of that good stuff, I couldn't put it down. Like, Cassandra Clare is the queen of YA supernatural fiction books. This book was so freaking good. You meet Tessa and Jem and Will, and you go on their journey with them. You see how they get along, how Tessa is used for her powers, how she's been deceived and lied and tricked by a family member, and the rest is in the book, which I will not give away if you haven't read it. But yes, honestly, such a good book. Last but certainly not least on my book is another Cassandra Clare. I probably have like about 5 or 6 of her books across different book series, but I love this book, and she's a thick one. Oh my god. Emma and Julian are hands down my favorite protagonists in a book series. Emma especially. You get to see her become friends with Christina. You see her amongst the Blackthorn family. You get to know Magnus Bane and essentially try to find the mystery of who killed Emma's parents. And this book was so good. Like, the imagery that Cassandra uses when she describes the places or the action that's leading up to a climax, or just the characters in themselves, as far as like Julian and Emma's part Beatty bond, is everything. I honestly love books, and I didn't do this in no particular order. I didn't number them that, but this was 10 of my favorite books. And if you resonate with this list, if you see something you've read, if you have questions about a book, if you see a recommendation out of this list, comment below. I hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and this will be a first of more videos on my channel. Comment if you want to see any other book videos. Thank you. Bye.